All right, this is gonna be the real first ride on the MTe on trail enduro type trails. I actually have wet dirt today from all the condensation and the fog. I'm here at Joaquin Miller Park. What I will tell you about this bike is, man, it is really quiet, smooth. The motor's quiet, the drivetrain's quiet. Adjusting my levers a little bit, my brake levers. What I miss is the Shimano double shifting with one lever throw versus the SRAM T-type mechanical that's on this bike. I do have GX Axis rear derailleur and shifter for it, which I'll put on just to make it Bluetooth. But when I build my custom i9 Derby wheel set for this bike, I'm gonna go back to Shimano XT Di2. Smoother, faster shifting, and to be honest, cheaper. Cassette and chain are cheaper replacements than the SRAM stuff. All right, first climb in eco mode, so to speak. A little bit of help. It feels like I'm pedaling my regular bike. This motor has no overrun on it. So, feels like a natural bike. First time on Schwalbe radial tires. I'm gonna start running the front tire at 28. Normally I'm like 25. Rear I went to 32. Normally like 27 on the rear. And I don't run tire inserts. We're gonna take a mellow cruise, see how the bike feels. Get used to these brakes. Look at all that poison oak. You can hear how quiet this bike is. All you hear is tire and dirt, no motor. Really quiet. On your left. Like I can't say I don't like. I'm just not used to having to click so many times the shifter to go up and down the gears I want. But really quiet. Like again, Mode 1 Eco, it's just a little bit of help. Now if I turn it off, there's no drag on the motor. It feels like you're just pedaling my regular Yeti, which is great, because if something happened with the motor or the battery died, I don't have to worry about resistance with pedaling. Pedals like a regular bike. So we're climbing Sunset Trail. Trail I've climbed hundreds of times on my regular bike. We're in still mode 1. Again, it just gives you a little bit of assistance. I'll be climbing this a couple times, 3 times today, and I'll do it each in different modes just to get the feel of it. Morning. Thank you. Morning. Thank you. Morning. It's quiet, smooth. You can hear my breathing, so little rooty sections always hit or miss. Oh, good. Moisture in the trail today, believe it or not, for the end of July. Crazy for NorCal. Not complaining. I do feel like these Yeti carbon bars are specific to the MTe because it has a cable port in the bottom of it feels stiffer than my 1-up bars. The quality of the Yeti bar is great, but I think it's stiff. So I may switch that as well to the 1-up E-bar. What's nice also about the stock Yeti carbon bar on this bike, it's a 30 mil rise versus 20, which is nice. Appreciated by us tall guys. So yeah, that climb in mode 1 just kind of takes the sting out of it. I'm still having to work, tell by my breathing. All right, I'm gonna go hit the first trail. Look at this mud. All right, first real test, I should say, descent on this bike. Cinderella, run this trail 100 times. We're just gonna take it easy. It's actually pretty wet today, believe it or not, for end of July. And I just wanna get a feel for the bike. Feel for the bike, the brakes, tire pressure, Suspension setting is straight from Yeti factory, calculated on the website. Right behind you. Thank you. I'm the only one. Thank you. You can see how quiet it is. Literally just tire and dirt. Amazing how quiet this bike is. Right behind you. It's just me, thank you. These tires are very damp feeling compared to the Continentals. I think that adds to some of the quietness as well. Let's see, what are my initial thoughts? Quiet, smooth, still poppy. And remember, I'm on Fox basic suspension. Basic grip dampener, basic Floatex. And the Floatex will get the compression knob hack on it to change it to basically a Floatex Performance Elite. Tires are very damped. I think that adds to the quietness, but also to the ride compared to the Continentals I've been riding, which have a stiffer sidewall. So it gives you a little more trail feedback. I don't know if I like the damp feel or I like the feedback the Continentals give me. You kind of know what your tires are doing. Mavens, I need to bring in the lever reach. I'm stretching a little bit, so let's try bringing the levers in a little bit. I definitely feel like the stock Yeti bar is a bit stiff compared to the one-ups I've been riding. So, yeah, let's go up, do lap 2. Thoughts about this bike as I'm making my way back to Sunset Trail for the second climb is this is a bike like if your buddies are still riding analog, this allows you to ride with them still, because it really is in mode 1 a regular bike with a little bit of help. And a lot of you know I went to Colorado to Yeti gathering, and coming from sea level, those rides started above 9,000 feet and went up to 11,000. So trust me, I second guess not bringing the MTe to help me with the climbs. But I didn't, because the rest of my buddies I knew I was gonna ride with are still on analog Yetis. I feel like with a Yeti group, I still think analog Yeti bikes are the majority, and the e-bikes are still a little bit of a minority, just from my experience and observation. Could be wrong, but at least in my group, nobody owns an e-bike. They're all riding an analog bike, so I wanted to be able to ride with them. And with this event this year, because of National Forestry permitting e-bikes were not allowed to be on the same trail as the analog bike ride. So decided to suffer with my analog friends. How's it going? But my lungs and my heart and my body were saying, why didn't you bring the MTe? Morning. Why didn't you bring the MTe? And I'm like, I'm gonna suffer like everybody else. But you know, mountain biking, at the end of the day, pain and pleasure, as BKXC would say. At the end of the day and the end of the ride, it was really rewarding to have accomplished those rides, all with my own power. So yeah, but yeah, this bike allows you to ride with your analog friends and still gives you, like I said, the analog bike feel. It definitely wants to charge, but I'm not ready to open it up yet. Need a little bit more riding on it. Okay, second climb up Sunset. We're in mode 2 now. And this definitely gives you, obviously, a little more help. I'm just cruising. And coming from analog bike, it's like any help is appreciated. And I think, at least in the beginning of your riding experience, going to Emtb, that'll help increase your distance, battery efficiency, because you're not used to high torque, high output, and got to get that rush. It's like, oh, this is cool. Like right now I'm climbing up this thing and like, this is fine. So it'll keep you, at least for a little while, keep me from always blasting up the hill in the highest output that my motor or battery is capable of, which obviously, being in a lower mode, extends the length of your ride, the efficiency, how much you can climb, how far you can go. Morning. Morning. Mode 2, still feels natural. How's it going, man? Love your color. Still smooth power delivery, quiet, naturally matching my cadence. I'm still working a little bit. What's cool about the display, you can't see it, but it's telling me how many watts it's putting out. So this has a 300 max watt, and right now at this, it's 200. But I'm about 150 right now. Yep, in hindsight, would have been nice to have this in Colorado last week in Park City. All right, we're gonna do a little more technical trail. Gonna cruise down. Again, still getting used to the bike, the brakes, and all the things. And the tires. Oh, this thing wants to go. This thing is quiet. This thing wants to go. And it's quiet. All right. Poppy. It's poppy, but it got traction. I'm gonna pedal up. Take a more of a slalom style, kind of downhill, and then we'll climb back up. Still in mode 2. Be a little muddy. Oh, lost my fanny pack. It's all that hella good food on my trip and no CrossFit for the last 2 weeks. I'm gonna hit it back on Monday. Tomorrow, back to the grind at CrossFit. The heck? All right. Get used to these tires. Don't know where I'm going. I'm going this way. Rider up. You're good. Sorry. Thanks for your work. Trail gnomes are out. This is wet. All right, mode 2. Steepest climb so far today. Still gotta work. Just cranking out 320 watts right now. I'm gonna take this flowy descent back towards the car. What's great about e-bike is, if I was tired on my regular bike, I wouldn't have done this road because I have to climb back up. So, These Wallabies definitely turn very similar to Maxxis, where you guys know for a while I had challenges with the Contis where you have to kind of really lean it over, bike body separation. But these feel way more like an Maxxis tire, where kind of the lean over efforts really much is less effort than Conti. The beauty of the knee bike, I just get a pedal up. And we're gonna put it in mode 3 just for the hell of it. There we go. This is the first time, honestly, I've been in mode 3 all day. And I'm putting out just under 200 watts of power right now. You can't hear the motor, really. I don't think you can. Still quiet, smooth. All right, we're gonna drop the most technical descent here in Joaquin Miller Park. We're gonna do Chaparral, and we're gonna see how this new MTe does. Gonna take it smooth, easy, so you get a feel for it. Still have no experience on these Schwalbe radials, the air pressure, yada yada. So, or the Mavens, as you can hear them. Just want to see get a feel for how the bike descends. Watch out, Mr. Dove. Somebody's done some trail work here. Wrong line. Oh, saved it. Okay, I feel like my bars are rolled too far forward. The stack height is tall. That's why I'm having some control issues. I feel like the bars are rolled too far forward, pulling my weight forward. Yeah, I feel like the bars are pulling me that way, so I need to roll the bars back a little bit. So I'm a little more behind the bar versus getting pulled over the front end. All right, descending wise, the bike did great. It's more a setup and body position technique challenge than a bike. I feel like the stack height is taller on this bike. So I have to check the geo chart to see if the stack height is actually taller than the SB 140 I have. When you combine a taller stack with a 30 mil rise, that's maybe what I'm feeling. Because SB 140, I have a 30 mil rise 1-up bar, but it doesn't feel this tall. So I have to go back and measure it. We're gonna hit a flow trail again, right here to the right. Just get some more experience on it. Nothing technical. There's also, with this bike, you can adjust the leverage ratio, and I have it on the stock setting as it comes from Yeti, but there is a shock leverage ratio you can mess with. I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed with this base Fox suspension on this bike, but ideally, we're going to get push suspension, front and rear, soon. All right. No, go ahead, please. I'll wait. Good morning.
You having fun out here?
Oh, yeah. Just a boy playing in the mud and getting a little dirty. Have a good one. There's a part right here where you gotta take the downhill speed to get the uphill. Right here. It's not a concern with the e-bike. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
All right.
Yeah, I gotta get a running start on that one.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, nice to have some assistance from the motor. Usually my heart rate's pretty jacked up right here. On your left. Good, how's it going?
Doing great, how are you?
Awesome. We can go for a money shot view. All right. A lot of positives. Any negatives or challenges? Haven't found one yet. I'm being honest just because I'm a Yeti fanboy ambassador. I think if you accept this bike for what it's designed to be, it nails it. My opportunities are more set up and personal preferences, like the bars being rolled too far forward on that last descent, pulling my weight forward, the bars feeling stiff versus one-ups, tires still playing and getting used to. As you guys know, you build a confidence with the tires that you run and the brakes. So I'm a Shimano guy. Again, I don't have a lot of experience on them, so I haven't built that confidence yet. Yeah, but other than that, it's a beauty. It descends great. It's quiet. It's still poppy. And you can see that at the bottom of the shock, there's still a leverage. Chips that you can flip and change to make it how you feel. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with this bike. It'll evolve over the next couple months with my personal sponsorship products. But yeah, if it's the category of bike you're looking for that prioritizes the descent and the ride versus relying on the motor to give you the experience, and you want to ride with your analog buddies and also feel like you are working for it like on an analog bike, this is the bike for you. Yeah.